everybody, welcome to a Monday Night with Mike. It is the last Monday night in May, and it's actually Memorial Day. I hope you're having a good Memorial Day. I don't know how many of you are going to watch this, but I am down in my basement. Just got done working on a fence with my wife. We put up a fence. We had a temporary fence for a while, but we bought a real fence, and I was out there pounding in stakes and doing all kinds of cutting on metal. Oh, it was crazy. So I am a domesticated husband type guy. I'm not super mechanical, but I got some skill. So we put up the fence. Good day. It was fun. Now I am coming down here to talk to you guys. So Memorial Day. I remember when I was a kid, Memorial Day was always kind of a weird day, kind of a cool day, but I never understood it when I was little. Like, I understood, what are we remembering? But when I was growing up, like, the wars were going on, like the Korean War and the World War II had been, I mean, I wasn't around then, but people talked about it, and my grandfather apparently fought in it, and then my dad fought in the Korean War, and then obviously Vietnam was going on around then, and then as I got older, the other wars, over the Middle East wars, Kuwait and all that. So it was weird because I didn't know people actually who died in the wars, but I did know, those things were going on and heard different things and stuff. So, and I am a patriot. I really do love our country, and I love the fact that people would serve, and I've served. I went in the Air Force. I was in the United States Air Force for 4 years, loved it, like totally enjoyed being in the Air Force. It was a great time. But when I think of Memorial Day, I think of remembering, right? I don't have a lot of people to go and drop flowers off at the, cemetery. My wife did that actually yesterday or Friday with her mom. And it was pretty cool that they did that. They went down and, the people that were close to them, family members that had passed, and they put flowers down. I think that's great. I don't live near any of my relatives that have been buried. I live in Nebraska, but I'm from Massachusetts, and so I don't get to do that. But as I was thinking about Memorial Day, I was thinking about memories and how sometimes memories can be not good, right? You can remember people in your life that maybe passed away or have not passed away yet, but they're older, and they, there's some strife, there's maybe some beef, there's some drama with them. And I've got that in my life. I've got people in my life that, my mom and other relatives that, I have good memories of, but I also, there's different issues. So Memorial Day is always weird. So I've made it a point on Memorial Day to remember the good things, right? So those of you who heard me speak know that I've talked about my mom and our strife that we've had in our lives. And she's not passed away yet, but she's 86. And when I was back there last time, I asked her if I could have this. This is her palette. She's an artist, and this is actually her palette that she used for a long time. She doesn't paint anymore, but she used to paint. And so I asked her if I could have it because I wanted something to remember her by. I wanted something that had to do with something that was sacred to her and something that, like, about her dream and about who she is. And my mother was a really good artist. In fact, she won a bunch of awards. This is a picture she did. This is a copy, obviously, that she did of Paragon Park. It was a amusement park near our home that we used to go to when we were kids. And so she took and did a drawing of that, or a picture of that. And so I remember that. I remember coming home sometimes, and she would have her palette out, and she'd be painting and doing different things. She painted a picture of me once, and I can't find it anywhere. I think she has it somewhere in storage, but yeah, that's what I try to do on Memorial Day, is remember the good things. Remember the people in my life that made an impact. Even if some of those people were, later on, there was some, like I said, drama and strife. You always try to remember the good stuff, right? So my dad left when I was 5. I've talked about this before. But my dad also fought, in the Korean War, and I found this. This is not his hat, but I found this one day at a garage sale or something, and I was like, I'm going to buy this, because I want to remember my dad as a hero. He went to war, fought in the Korean War. I don't even know what that war was about, to be honest with you. I mean, I could Google it, whatever, but he did fight over there, and I know he's got some memories that weren't good and things that really bothered him. And so I wanted this hat. I'm actually going to frame this, I think, with a picture of him. I have a picture of him and I together later on as I was in my 30s. But I want to put that picture in there and make a little thing. And people might say, well, what are you doing that for? Because, you got some bad memories of those people. Why would you do that? Why, are you not being honest about what they did, and that kind of stuff? Yeah, I mean, I'm very aware of the damage and some of the things, but I'm a strong believer in the fact that I'm not letting anybody off the hook, but I'm just saying that remembering them, I want to remember the good things. I have really good moments with my dad. I have some good moments with my mom, and that's what I'm choosing on Memorial Day to focus on the good memories, to focus on what they did bring into my life. My dad is a very funny guy, and I think I get a lot of my humor from him. My dad passed away about 10 years ago. But I know my humor is a lot like his, and I get a lot of my spontaneity and quick-wittedness from him. He was very much like that. And my mom was a hard worker. What I got from her was she was a hard worker. She was creative. She's super creative. Obviously, she's an artist. I'm creative in different ways. I create, stories and did a lot of stuff with Value Up and, things I do there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is on Memorial Day, what I want you to do is look into, some of the people in your life that have impacted you. And remember them, whether they're still alive or they have passed, to remember what they've done. Remember the input. Remember what they contributed to your life. Because I like doing that because I want to build on something. I'm not done yet. I'm an older guy. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Some of you know. But I'm not done. I mean, I'm not. I look at some guys my age and I'm like, geez, they're out of gas already. And I'm not out of gas. Like I've got a lot of gas in the tank, and I want to keep going and keep creating and keep doing things and making a difference in the world. And part of doing that is remembering where you came from and remembering the people that contributed things to your life. And I look at some of the people that passed in and passed out. They came in, they came out, they weren't very long, but they made an impact. I had babysitters that I still remember to this day. I could tell you their names. And, some of them not so good. Some of them were good. Some of them were really good. I had teachers in my life that I remember now that made an impact on me. I'll never see them again. Some of them have passed away, and some of them are, in nursing homes and stuff, but they made an impact on my life. So Memorial Day for me is about remembering the good things, remembering the input, remembering what people did for me. And so I want you to do that too. Just look at that stuff and try to remember that. And also eat a lot of hot dogs, hamburgers, and, French fries and potato chips and all that stuff. So hope you're having a great Memorial Day with your family. Celebrate them, celebrate, your past and what's going on in your life. So Monday Night with Mike. So glad you guys are here tonight. Hopefully I'll get to see you soon. Next year, we're already gearing up. I'm spending this summer working on stuff for Value Up next year. I'm excited about it. Put a new book out for administrators called The Power in the Hallways. And just a little commercial for it real quick. The Power in the Hallways is about taking the power that teenagers have, the agency, the creativity that you have as a teenager, and helping you do something with it. I am a strong advocate of not telling you how to live your life, but basically giving you the tools to live a powerful life, right? I heard somebody say this one time, and I really like this a lot. They said that, an adult, like giving a teenager advice is like the best way to do it is I want to show you where to look because I'm old and I know where to look. I know where to look. I know what to avoid. I know where to go to get success because I've lived this life. I've made mistakes. I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm really proud of, some that I'm not proud of, right? So I can show you where to look, but I'm not going to show you what to see. And I think that's the mistake that a lot of adults make with teenagers is they want you to see something, right? They want you to see what they see. They take their lens, they want you to see life through their lenses. And I'm a strong advocate of not doing that. I don't do that with my own kids. It's like, I'll show you where to look. I'll show you where not to look. I'll show, I'll give you some parameters, a compass to go in a direction. But really, ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to see something that I'm not going to see. And that's the cool thing about life is that we get to experience life. Even if we see the exact same thing, you're going to see it different than I see it. And I get upset sometimes with the political world now where all the Republicans want you to look at something and look at it like this. And all the Democrats want you to look at it like this. And whatever, like we're all going to see things different. And part of life and the fun part of life is going, let me see it. Let me see it. Let me discover what that is for me and how that fits my life. And yeah, I'm going to ask people. I'm going to try to get some input from older people that have lived their lives. But I've always rejected the older people in my life that have tried to tell me what to see. Like I don't have friends like that. I've got a really good mentor friend named Daryl Scott. He lost his daughter in one of the shootings. It was the Columbine shooting back in 1999, and we've become friends because we're in the same world. They have a school assembly program they do called Rachel's Challenge. It's really good, and we've just been friends and talk a lot. And I love the fact that Daryl never says to me, "Hey, you should see it this way." It's like he's like, "Hey, look over here," and then I get to see it my way. And I think that's a healthy way to live your life. Surround yourself with people that will, yes, give you some input and help you. And I want to be one of those people. I really want to be one of those people in teenagers' lives where I can help you avoid a lot of crazy stuff, but I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it, right? You have to figure that out, and that's the fun part of life. So that's just a little commercial for self-agency and power, because I believe that teenagers are the only ones that can make a school great. And that's what I'm about, right? I'm about going to schools and helping them, be great, be a place where people feel safe and people feel like they can grow and they can do things in their life. And really, honestly, adults can't do that. We can help set the table and, again, show you where to look and show you how to navigate certain things. But it's you. You have that power. You have that ability to make choices that can change people's lives. And that's what I'm about. I'm about helping you do that. So Monday Night with Mike. We'll see you next week. Every week, tune in. Get your friends to check it out, and we'll keep things going. And hopefully we'll see you soon. All right. See you later. Bye.